at a major darts tournament on the television, isn't it? But that's what it's like without having any fans here. The players can hear everything. We've even got our phones on silent. Now, let's get things started on that stage behind us. Our first pair, well, it's been a weekend for the youngsters, hasn't it? But these two are 51 years of age. Here's John McDonald.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the fifth round of the Coral UK Open, brought to you by the Professional Darts Corporation and live on ITV Sport. Well, it's time to meet our players. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the King, Mervyn King, and the Darth Maple, John Part.
They're rolling back the years in Simply Red's bar tonight. And the evergreen Chris Mason and John Rawling will talk us through it.
Thank you very much indeed. Yeah, nothing wrong with being 51 years old. Mervyn King and John Part, both owning up to that vintage. And it's going to be Mervyn King with the darts to start the action once it begins. Mervyn from Bradwell. Great heavy metal fan, normally walks out to the strains of Motorhead. UK Open semi-finalist in 2014 when he lost to Adrian Lewis 10-6. John Part, well, the last time he won 4 consecutive matches in a televised event was when he won the world title in 2008. Also world champion in 2003, 1994, and he's accounted for John Morris, Paul Whitworth, David Evans, and then a 93 checkout to beat Ron Moulenkamp, the left-handed Dutchman. Great to see him back, though, and well known now, of course, as a Sky television commentator. Last TV quarter-final that he got to, which he would if he wins this match, was the 2012 Grand Slam. Also got into the quarterfinals of the World Cup with Canada in 2016.
First leg is Mervyn to throw first.
So the action about to get underway. Mervyn King, also a quarter-finalist in 2015. He's looked in pretty good nick here. Victories against Raymond van Barneveld and Johnny Clayton. Tournament average of close to 99, which represents very good form from Mervyn. Looking to get into his first TV quarterfinal since the 2016 World Match Plays. Really prepared long and hard for this. He came down early on Wednesday. He's an assiduous practicer, and he'll have left no stone unturned, Chris.
Yes, he certainly knows how to practice, does Merv. But yeah, his tournament average of around 99.
97. $100.
Wait to
99.
see. John Part back in the thick of the action.
Yeah, lovely, isn't it? Very likeable character, John.
Some story if he could find a way of winning this match.
Lives near Lake Ontario in Canada, Oshawa to be precise, and we did a bit of homework to find out what the weather's like over there, since we've had just about everything down here. It's been hammering it down today. Raining. Well, it's sunny over there, 4 degrees and no snow at all.
98. Mervyn, you require
The irony.
61.
So 61 for the opening leg. Oh, good darts, double 18. Well played, Mervyn. Excellent. 14 darter to kick off proceedings.
His finishing against Barneveld was fantastic. And once he gets that combination of his scoring and finishing, it's a match for anybody. Give anybody a tough game. Incredible to think that he's not won anywhere near what I think his ability should have returned.
100.
He won a World Masters, didn't he? But
Yep.
that apart, yeah, you're absolutely right. He really should have had more
Majors.
maybe than he has. So far as head-to-heads are concerned,
95.
stands at Mervyn King 9, John Part 7. Last time was in 2009 when they met in TV meetings. Premier League, 2 battles there, and it was 1 apiece.
He was prolific on the floor in regards to floor tournaments, pro tours, etc. That's the most frustrating thing when you can win. You know you can win. It's the same amount. It's the same competitors, maybe a different amount. Often, obviously, more. But there aren't many opens around the world, ranked ones that he's not won.
97.
I've played him in plenty of finals, so I know firsthand.
Well, King's got himself onto a finish, but 164 is a big ask. John could do here with a big hit, and it's not coming at the minute. May go 18s here. Oh,
100.
Well,
Oh,
what do I know?
I
Trouble
I thought
20.
no,
was it?
it
64.
looked like the 20 was in the 1 and it wasn't. 140 leaves double 12.
60.
So, 109. How's it go,
109.
Chris?
Well, he's going up. Treble 20 first start. So treble 19 for double 16. So King will come back and he will be going for 18s because double 16 is his favourite. So 4 18s leaves 32.
Well, let's see if he can knock it out. This is 104 he needs for the break of throw. Oh, great dart. There's the treble. And there's the single now, double 16 for 104. Oh, superb!
Mervyn King.
Brilliant check out from Mervyn
Mervyn
King,
to throw
and
first.
straight away the break of throw.
Game on.
Averaging 103 after some very tidy darts in the opening 2 legs. Part averaging 97. Not too shabby at all.
Mervyn played really well
60.
against Raymond van Barneveld, didn't he?
Yes.
And then he put away Johnny Clayton earlier on, who's had a tidy last 12 months or so, and that represents a good win.
Yeah, he does well, does Johnny Clayton on the
81.
on the matches behind closed doors, but it was good to see him get a run in a TV event.
Let's have a look at some of the other scores which are on the other boards coming through in a moment.
140.
Ian White got his nose ahead, 3-2 in front. And Kim Huybrechts, who's throwing as well as for a while, 3-2. I'm being told that should read 3-2 in Owen's favour. I think that's a
59.
mistake on the graphic which came through.
Ian White opened that match with a 12-dart leg. Just missed an 11, left 44 after 9.
How close did he come to a 9-darter
I
as
know.
well?
He hit one in the qualifiers for this.
81.
Good player, Ian. He's another one who's really got the game which should have brought him more reward than it has.
Yes.
He had one of those little
95.
golfer's pouches that keep your hands warm yesterday. I was talking in commentary. I said I wondered if anybody would get hold of those because
Steve West has some as well, but the first
good
one,
dance,
18.
Marvin.
The temperature in that room now is perfect. And they're just playing their last games on it and pulling it down, but they've eventually sorted the heating problem out, and it's almost tropical.
24 hours
96.
too late,
Yeah.
unfortunately.
Mervyn
So,
40.
Mervyn King, 12 darts to here, looking for another classy leg. Working down. Now. Oh!
No score.
Your smile says it
You
all.
require 107.
That's why he always leaves double 16, John.
170, John Part.
Let's get him going. Can't do it now. Could be
58.
one match
And
too
you require
far.
40.
The big Canadian.
Double 10 now. Bit of double troubles. Well, he's having to move around to try and give himself the angle. Hasn't got a lot to aim
20.
at there, had he?
No.
John Uruguay 112.
No, it's a real blocker.
112. Be a real steal if he pulls this one off.
And
he
against the throw.
can do it now.
He made a career of doing this.
Double 16. Oh, that's a flash of the old John Part, isn't it? And a little smirk from Mervyn King saying, how on earth did that happen?
But did Merv have 6 starts at doubles there?
Yep. John
57.
Parks suffers from a condition which affects his circulation, Reynolds syndrome, which means that if he's stressed or if he's cold, he has difficulty
100.
feeling the tips of his fingers. Not great for darts players, is it?
No.
Not here, anyway.
Or rock climbing.
41.
It's not a kind of a rock climber physique, is he, John? Mervyn King then still with an advantage, and that's his second maximum. Continues to throw beautifully. And his supporters give him the big licks from the sparsely filled spectator seats.
97.
Is he going to break straight back? Good chance. Oh, that's pretty handy, isn't it?
125.
Another good leg. He just has to close them out. Serious double trouble in the last leg.
2 out of 9 he's got on his doubles, Mervyn.
100.
But he's got 6 darts from here. He's going to have plenty of chance to go at it again. Dart. This time, good marker.
60.
Well,
Again.
Make
Can't
that
put
now.
him between the wires.
Yeah, make it 2 out of 11.
Still averaging nearly 100. So that shows you how well he's scoring.
59.
Second time of asking, still double 18 for Mervyn King. Oh, good
On the
dart.
fourth leg, Mervyn King.
3-1, break back.
The actual conditions for Merv, first couple of days have been perfect because he does get very warm. He sweats up, as we can see. And he does suffer in the heat. And it's literally roasting in both rooms.
60.
Now they've gone from sublime to the ridiculous.
I don't think there was anything sublime about the last day. or 2. We've got a fast thaw
30.
in
That was perfect.
Minehead at the moment.
It was perfect yesterday, the playing conditions in that room. Where the other one was way too cold.
Break at the end of this leg.
140.
John Part would like to get it back to 3-2 rather than 4-1. But he's only averaging in the region of 84 at the moment, John, and he'll have to start hitting bigger numbers than that if he's going to win this
He's pretty
match.
much playing to his tournament average at the moment, which is nice. Which is a low 80s.
123.
There you have it. He had his best game so far was last night. He averaged 92,
59.
and he had a disappointing one in the 70s and a couple in the 80s.
Well, that's 6-0 that he got against Paul Whitworth. He only got a small average in that one, but Whitworth had a shocker, didn't he?
Yeah, he averaged 60. I think.
81.
So he's 370
No,
here,
he
a
averaged-
long way back.
He actually averaged in the 50s. Couldn't feel his fingers.
60. Mervyn Uriquan.
Well, treble 19 tops then for Mervyn.
The full one.
And at the break, he'll have the... Oh, good dart. This time,
Ooh,
58.
unlucky.
a flyer. That won't be too bad for Merv because he can actually get to his beloved double 16 now. 7 double 16. 140 leaves 170.
100.
So
Mervyn Uriquan.
still 6
39.
starts for 39.
Loads and loads of time for Mervyn. There's the 7, double 16. This is where he likes to be. Double 8 next door.
31.
For once he misses
Serious
down there.
double trouble. 3 from 16.
Needs to get off and have a little towel down, didn't he? He's seriously sweating up in the paddock.
50. Mervyn, you require
Well, he's
8.
got himself on a finish. Surely Mervyn's not going to blow this one. Double 4.
It's a perfect marker. Over adjusted.
And missed
Fourth.
again.
It's infectious.
John, you require
I've seen Merv do-
160.
2 matches on TV where he's ended up with near 100% on his doubles. This would
Another
be
one for
an
tops.
ultimate steal. When you start missing them, it's as infectious as it is hitting them.
Mervyn, you require 4.
Tend to go on streaks.
Double 2. Again. Madhouse.
Game shot on the 5th leg. Mervyn
And
King.
I think he got that one. Yes, he did. And so Mervyn King leaves the stage, very much in control. John Parks in trouble. King in this race to 10 leads 4-1. Some good darts going on here. White against Pallett against Huybrechts. Pallett leading by 7-3. Robert Owen and Ian White just leaving there, and it's 5 apiece there. And here was Dave Pallett taking out a brilliant 112, and this gave him that 7-3 advantage, and yet another upset very definitely is on.
Yeah, incredible, because Huybrechts played fantastically this afternoon. And he's come out tonight.
legs,
He's really
John to
struggled
throw
by the
first.
looks of it.
Game on.
So, back to this one. 4-1 the lead for Merv King. Scoring side of his game
100.
has been very, very good. B+.
Just before we went over to the other boards, Ian White had a 161 to level at 5 apiece.
45.
Whoa.
That's quality.
Game-changing stuff. But his finishing, Merv King's, is
100.
E-. 4 from 21, just 19%. But he's given himself such a cushion. He's outscoring
23.
Parts so easily.
Parts in control of this leg though, or should be. Need too many more ones.
22.
Well, that is not what the doctor ordered. Mervyn got a chance to get his way straight back into the leg here, ton 40 or ton 80, and he'd be looking handy.
100.
The king.
Got a few of them now, haven't we? Corey Cadby calls
Yep.
himself the king.
96.
They draw each other next round. We'll find out who the real king is.
And who's the pretender?
$59.
Poor leg, this one. Merv King, 12 darts thrown. Only scored 227.
Just checking where he's at. He's a great counter, John Parts. He's looking for treble 13.
I'll do. Merv's already got that look on his face that he's finding it
60.
all a little bit too warm up there.
Dart, double 16. This is where he likes it. Double 8. Double
42.
4 when he
Will
comes
return.
back.
Yep. Merv still on 214. Oh, brilliant, is it?
174.
Now this double 4 has to go in.
And he knows it. King poised despite his
Game
double
shot on the sixth
problems.
leg.
Well,
Just in.
snuck in.
Some legs Mervyn to throw first. Game on.
4-2 then, a hold of throw for John
100.
Part. King Big favourite for this, John Part. We talked a little bit about odds. The sponsors were quoting John Part at 150 to 1 to win the tournament. Gary Anderson, the favourite. Marginally ahead of Rob Cross. Well, he's a bit shorter than threes, actually. I think he was 9 to 4. Third favourite, Michael Smith. And then Corey Cadby.
Great value there, considering his
100.
previous in this event for Gary Anderson. It's a tournament that he openly says that he doesn't like.
Well, I tell you what, the big question mark about Gary is, while we're talking about it, it's obviously that he's got
60.
this back problem. He's having treatment for it and he's improving.
Yep.
But the test could come tomorrow, and if he's going to win it, he's going to have to play 3 big games in one day, and that's a big ask.
And long distance matches,
Yeah.
potentially.
135.
Kings allowing John to get back involved in this match.
John Part is one of those players who has an ability to sneak legs
Yes.
sometimes when he
100.
doesn't look as though he's playing particularly well.
Picks your pocket.
Yep. Wadey's been another one over the years, hasn't he? Wouldn't particularly,
great
like
finishers.
to hear me saying so, but he throws brilliantly under pressure, doesn't
85.
he?
Yes.
And John's the same, or has been in years gone by.
2 great players that will take finishes out between 80 and 121 with incredible regularity in their prime.
60. January.
You'll be sat there waiting on a double of it, 180 to leave a double, and they'll just nip in and take the shot out.
This is for the break. Oh dear.
Can still finish, treble 20 ball.
Oh yes. Now what did we say about great finishes? Oh!
97.
Moved the wire.
Literally moved the ball wire.
140.
Mervyn is looking very warm up there.
100.
Gets the ton though.
January 25.
Now John Part, 25 for 4-3 and the break of throw. Double 8. Where's that gone?
This one flies in. Oh,
No score.
well, he scored 25. Got to have a double though, John. So it's Merv's turn to pinch your leg.
Game
And
shot,
does so.
seventh leg, Mervyn King.
5 doubles out of
Okay, thanks,
22
John, to
and
throw
gets the
first.
tops.
Game on.
Another hold of throw.
100.
You'll check on the latest scores elsewhere.
100.
Ian White now 6-5 up. Oh, look at Dave Pallett against Highbrechts. You wouldn't have given that as a tip after the way Highbrechts played earlier on. But
121.
Dave Pallett, what a tournament he's having. 8-3 up, only needs 2 more.
It'd be interesting to have a look at the stats from that match and see where it's all gone wrong for Kim Highbrechts, because he
100.
did play very, very well this afternoon against Darryl Gurney.
He looked like the Kim Highbrechts of old,
Yes.
didn't he? He was really rocketing in some incredible darts.
47.
Long day, though. And
You
playing
have to
well
pace
in,
yourself.
playing well in the afternoon doesn't
95.
automatically mean that you're going to play well in the evening. Kim Highbrechts, who threw so brilliantly earlier on, is apparently averaging 83. Dave Pallett's only averaging 89, but he's ahead. Now there's the first maximum for John Part. 8-4 now, Pallett in that match.
23. January 53.
So 53 required for another holder throw. Tops for Part. No problem that
Shot on the
time.
8th leg, John Part.
Oh, the averages in this one are
First.
nothing
Game
to write home about. Part 83, King 85 and a half. Bead of sweat running down his forehead. That's more like it now.
108.
His third maximum.
80.
He's struggling, isn't he?
The struggle with the heat. Really does. He starts so many
45.
matches so well. He just seems to boil over. It's so frustrating.
He has had a 9-darter in the past in this tournament, Mervyn King, but it's not going to be another one this time.
60.
Huybrecht has narrowed the gap again against Dave Pallett. It's now 8-5. Perhaps we've written him off too soon.
48.
All going with throw in this match since the break.
97.
And looking as though it may very well do so again.
99. Mervyn, you require
60-54 ball or a treble 19 ball, but neither would he be going for. He would just be laying up quite appropriately. Big golf fan.
83.
Merv plays a lot. Goes a lot of coat, has a lot of lessons, and
It's not great for a man with sciatica, is it? Treble 20, single 20 there for John Parson. That's a ton 40.
should keep him nice and flexible, though, wouldn't it?
81.
No finish for John Part. King on 81. Treble 10 maybe for double 16. He's got it. He loves this.
Game shot
And there it goes.
Mervyn King.
6-3.
10th leg is John to throw first. Game on.
Amazing how players can look totally different from one part of the board to another on doubles.
Yeah,
Get it
but-
down there and you fancy King every time.
Yep. He looks
100.
convincing, doesn't he, in that side of the board?
He looks
Always
as-
has done. He's an incredible finisher on double 16.
Dave Pallett's moved 9-5 ahead
60.
against Kim Huybrecht. Pallett needing just one more leg now.
Robert Owen, I'm just hearing this.
83.
Took 1-3-6 out to lead Ian White 7-6 with a break of throw. All going on in the backboards.
Loser of this match is guaranteed £6,500. If you get through to the quarterfinals, it's at least £11,500. So a sizable difference.
Yeah, it's a big money game, this one.
70 grand for the winner of the tournament.
100.
Part favourite on his own throw. Break at the end of this leg.
Needs a 140. Just can't
60.
find that surge on the part throw at the moment.
94.
His average on the part throw is in the 70s at the moment. His overall average is 85.
60.
So 124.
Uruguay 124.
Almost took out 122 in an earlier leg. Just setting it up. He's 84. He looked for the ball there.
65.
Yeah, good thinking. Guarantees him, well, as long as he hits a 19, it guarantees him 2 darts at tops. He's done that a couple of times, hasn't he, Merv?
Fourth maximum actually in total.
59.
Couple of maxes at the end of a leg, but John's held it together.
Oh, off the wire.
Off the wire.
Needs it now. Now
19.
that could be costly.
Mervyn, Uruguay,
Break of throw on
98.
now. Look at that one.
Strange that was.
Needed the treble.
78.
Well,
January
tops them for
40.
John Park. Mervyn's shown him how to do it. And
John
nicely
the
done.
leg.
So,
John.
to the interval with a 2-leg advantage, Mervyn King. He'll come back with the darts. But John Park just about keeping his hopes alive on this big return to televised darts. But Mervyn King leading 6-4. We've got matches nearing their conclusion on the other boards. This is live with Ian White struggling to try and stay in the match. He's 9-6 down against Robert Owen, who's already 9-7 down against Robert Owen. Already he's missed darts to win the match. Robert Owen, meanwhile, on the other board, Kim Huybrechts has started to find his form, but is it too late? This was a 1-4-7. Brilliant checkout, but he has just lost the match. Back live, and I am told that Huybrechts has lost the match. 10-7, the final score. Great performance from Dave Pallett.
Yeah, he must have dug in there to, well, we know he took out some big shots. The 90, the 1-4-7 to get himself back in the mix, but
60.
Dave Pallett found a way to win in the end and finds himself in the quarterfinals of the UK Open.
Meanwhile here, Mervyn King.
30.
Incredibly,
6-4
a player that failed to get his tour card.
Well, it shows the depth of talent around the country, doesn't it? And he'll pick up the little matter now of at least 11,500 quid, which I'm sure will go down rather well.
Absolutely. Set him up for the rest of the year. Give him some confidence.
134.
Lovely cover shots from John Part. Needs the break back to really put Mervyn King under pressure. King's having none of it on this visit.
125. $100.
Nip and tuck in this leg. Looking for a fifth maximum.
140.
Robert Owen has beaten Ian White 10-7. Another upset.
Huge win.
You wouldn't have had that in your list of predictions.
78.
Coupon busters.
83.
So
John Part on a bogey number, 6 darts.
66 left. So 16 for tops.
43.
159. Part can do no more than try and apply pressure.
On that 83,
great
I
darts.
like the option of going the ball route. Yeah, 25.
136.
Wanted a 7
You
there,
are
got himself a
58.
16.
He's not been convincing up here, has he?
This time has to go, and it's not,
No
so
score.
this is the door ajar for John Part.
23.
788.
Big
Charlie
darts.
left leg. John Part.
That is such an important dart.
12 leg is John to throw
Mervyn
first.
King just smiles,
Game on.
as much as to say, how did that happen? Because he missed the tops.
Pinched 4 or 5. 4 of those 5 legs.
And he's still in there, John Part. The fairy tale
96.
lives on.
Absolutely.
Mervyn King put himself onto tops where he's looked a little bit uncertain, whereas he's looked terrific every time he's been on double 16. I
Yes.
don't really quite understand that.
No, it's a strange one. Apart from hitting that
97.
treble 17 off the 83, that was a bit awkward to get himself on double 16, but at the moment I'd be leaving anything but tops if I was Merv King.
83.
Could have gone the bull route.
Yeah, 60, I would have gone that way in the first start.
58.
Parts throws under pressure. Having just had the break, is he going to surrender it straight back to Merv King as he did last time it happened?
Yep.
140.
Thing is, it's giving John a lot of confidence because he knows he's far from convincing on his finishing. So John's just thinking, right, stick in there. You give me a chance. I'll pick your pocket.
97. Mervyn, you require 141.
141 needed. Good first
Hit
dart.
this a
Treble
few
19.
times.
Nope.
89.
153.
John
60,
Uruguay,
57, 36.
153.
Treble 20, first port of call. He's got it. Treble 19. Ooh.
Well, he would get to leave his
93.
beloved double 16 now if he hits a 20.
Now, come on, Mervyn. This is your friend down here.
I don't think any of them's his friend at the moment.
36.
Missed it again. 6
John
out of
Uruguay,
28.
60.
Horrific.
60 for part to equalise in the score. To go to parity at 6-all. Big dart, this one.
20.
No.
It's
John Uruguay,
overpitched.
16.
He knew how important that was.
Double 8 for Mervyn. And at
Sean
last,
12 leg.
in it
Mervyn.
goes. He breathes a sigh of
Mervyn
relief, and
Mervyn
it's the
throw
break of
first.
throw
Yeah,
for
break of throw,
7-5.
John. Huge moment for both players for totally different reasons. Merv's just going through this process in his mind that he just can't believe it's 7-5. He can't believe he's missed so many
140.
doubles.
He's missed 24 shots on double. Got 7, missed 24.
24 wasted darts.
134.
Two legs of darts on doubles.
Absolutely. I mean, averaging 86. If you could somehow have improved that double ratio, he'd have been
Yeah.
well into the 90s.
Yeah, in half. Just cut it in half. That's why Part's sticking in there, and he's only averaging 82.86. He's 5 from 16.
Is this going to be his second maximum? It is.
180.
Good time to be finding that.
Sure is. He's getting Merv King at it.
100.
To use one of those hideous little phrases, it's never over till it's over.
Yeah, this game fits that perfectly. We've seen it so many times.
Oh, good cover
78.
shots. Needed a treble
Huge
there.
dart, wasn't it?
161.
60-51 ball. This would be ironic if he can find this after all of his double trouble. Treble 20 leaves double 12.
So,
97.
Big John now for
January
109 for another
109.
break. Third break on the spin.
Treble 19, double 16. Yep, double 16 for 7-6.
Oh, yes, how about that?
Shot up.
7-6.
40 it's John to throw first.
And that could be a hurtful dart for Mervyn King.
Break straight back. He's in this match, that's for sure.
You
He's
bet.
a live dog. Starting to believe.
140.
Can he get himself into the quarterfinals?
100.
If what looked impossible happens, John does find a way to win this one. Merv will be sick. Oh, that was
Nothing derogatory to Mervyn, of course, but there'll be a lot of the
121.
old pros who'll be very pleased to see
Yeah.
John Part back.
absolutely. It's a proper fairy tale. Gives us all hope.
85.
Although in fairness, I never managed to win too many matches averaging in the 70s.
Sometimes, if it's your day,
100.
if your
I
name's on it,
didn't win too many averaging in the 90s.
176 for Part. Nothing in it. Only the advantage of having the throw, and he needed that treble.
He's going to get a shot, isn't he? It's 76 for 7-all. First part of this match, it looked like a cakewalk
100.
for Merv.
Johnny requires
Mervyn's
76.
getting mighty warm up there again.
Overheating.
76, John Part. Good darts. Double 8. Oh, brilliantly done. 2 darts, clean as a whistle, and John Part is level. 7-all. Well, what do you reckon now, Chris? The upset again is on.
100%. Merv looks like he's boiling over. The body language is not positive. It's too hot. Unlike that record, man's not hot.
He knows how to win as well, John, doesn't he? He always has done through his career.
Yes.
Pulled out performances when you didn't really expect it, when he's not really looked like winning,
No
and
more
he
so
goes
than
in
the-
there
the-
and does it.
The defeat of Phil Taylor in the final of the World Championships at the Circus Tavern, that says it all.
40.
He finds a way to win.
World champion.
He's never been the most prolific of,
No.
you know, scorers or, you know, 180 hitters, but my goodness, rock solid in every department, and bigger than and any of those is mind, is mental capacity for the game.
Speaks articulately, John Part, of course, and also scores brilliantly.
140.
One of the best of the counters around the sport.
Yep.
Mervyn King needed a big visit there and got it. His throw was under pressure. That's a good
84.
last dart from Part. Beads of perspiration trickling
Front,
down
yeah.
the side of his face.
100.
One is a checkout, but if John Part gets 100 or more here, and it's looking as though he will, that goes in the treble. Ooh.
100.
Well, 118.
161.
King just may need this, and he's not going to. John Part, 118 for another break of throw to go ahead.
John Uruguay, 118.
Treble 20, first port of call. No. Treble 20 again. Now, double 19, this is for the break. Oh, great darts! What a
Amazing
dart!
finish. What a
60
moment.
minutes, John to throw first.
Disbelief on Merv King's face.
First time he's led in the match, and he's rolling out some brilliant finishes now. 112 and 118. And 109 earlier on.
55.
He is starting to look like the potential winner here. Never mind making a match of it. It's his to lose now. Oh, good dart. What an important dart that was.
Been the most incredible turnaround. He needs a max just to get back in the leg.
Who was it who said that age is but a number? John Part's out of the spotlight for so long. Is he going to hit another treble? No, he can't find it this time.
Tight there in his action.
In January, John Part was inducted into the
100.
Darts Hall of Fame.
Been waiting for mine.
We all support you, Chris. You don't need a Hall of Fame.
92.
That was a loose one.
Wanted a bull there.
He knows how to take 109 out. 140 minimum here for King.
He's only got the ton. 146, a big ask. So, 109.
And this is to go within one leg of the match. Treble 20, treble 19, double 16. Same way he went last time.
Ooh.
Okay, 68 left, so treble 20 or treble 12. What do you fancy, John?
Oh, how about that? What a good dart. What a good dart.
146.
146 then for Mervyn King, who's suddenly under the cosh, and it's not happening for him.
30. John Uruguay,
Has he
8.
gone mentally? John Part, double 4 for 9-7. Oh, good dart.
16 leg, John Park.
So, one leg away,
Game on.
and he will have a point where he'll throw for the match, but this is on the king throw. Expecting a big leg now at Merv King. He has no choice.
100.
There's nowhere to hide.
When this draw was made, psychologically, Mervyn, I know he's played him a lot over the years and he'd be a respecter of what he could do, but he must have thought this is a good draw for me.
Yes.
96.
Yes, as did the vast majority of us. We knew, we fancied that Part might have his spots, but ultimately, when you looked at the stats from all of their matches so far in the UK Open, it was hard to see anything else but a convincing King win. But there we go. That's sport for you. He still may win, but whatever happens, it's not going to be convincing.
Part's going to have the darts.
97.
Whatever happens here, if he loses this leg, he'll have the darts to close him out at 10-8. Good cover shot, Mervyn King.
96.
He's not left a finish, but only a 138 or a something around that to leave 170 for John Part. Treble 20 should go 18s. Oh, that's unlucky. You have to take 121.
He was thinking of 180, wasn't he?
Yeah, he wouldn't have stayed there. He couldn't have risked it. So 140 would have left 168.
Mervyn King, no check out on 165, so John Part will
141.
return. King nicely placed, though, to win this leg, surely,
Yeah.
despite the fact he's only got 7 doubles out of 31.
Part way back.
All about the next leg. That's the key one. This is
45.
kind of a gimme so far as Part's
24.
concerned. He won't worry too much about this. Double 6. Mervyn will if he can't put this away.
Game shot on the 17.
Well, there it is, game shot. So, now the big moment. Can he hold his throw? Needs a treble, he's coming down. Oh,
97.
good cover shot.
Ooh, desperate that one, wasn't it? You would think a 15 darter would be enough to get him over the
60.
line.
Well, if Mervyn keeps getting 60s.
2 treble visit now. And he's home and hosed.
It's coming down again. He can't find the
59.
treble. Why did he come down for the 19 then?
Not sure, because for him it looked a good marker. He sort of stacks his darts, not quite on the angle of
93.
certain Mr. Taylor or Robert Owen, but they go in fairly flat.
Well,
He's nervous.
yep, he's got to keep it together. He knows how much is at stake here. Brilliant.
Brilliant visit.
140.
That is a great visit, and you hear his supporters and friends shouting, "Come on, John." Only a handful of fans,
Well, they're not
guests
fans.
of each player.
140.
He's got 6 darts from here to take a place in the quarterfinals. Looks a bit tense, didn't it?
It's all very tight. Huge moment for him.
58.
Well, that's opened the door for Mervyn King. He gets
What?
140.
Goes favourite, not just for the leg, for the match. Treble 18 maybe. Well, he risked it.
60.
Well, can't get a lot closer, can you? But Mervyn
147.
didn't capitalise. 147.
Total clearance. Yeah, total clearance if Part manages to win this match.
58.
He's limping towards the line, isn't he?
48.
Not doing it the easy way. 15 darts thrown. 89 left. He will be back. 140 leaves double 8.
100.
Well, he's
Okay.
probably going to have to get this, John Parts.
Yep, treble 19. Double 16, 19, 20 ball. Oh, that's a disaster. Absolute disaster.
Nervousness.
Oh.
Oh, great dart. Double 16. And he
57.
misses it by a distance. He's furious.
48.
Just pure pressure. Lack of being in this position often enough.
Double 16 for Mervyn King. Double 8. Oh, he's
32.
blown it
Well, I fancy John here. 3 darts in his hand.
for
Deep
the
breath.
match. For the match.
What a win.
Yes, he's done it! John Part is into the quarterfinals. There were legs there when he really picked the pockets of Mervyn King, but he hung on in there, and this fairy tale return continues. The big man, the former world champion on 3 occasions, is into the last 8, and the smile on his face tells its own story. John Part beats Mervyn King, yet another Minehead upset, and he wins it 10-8.
John Part is into his first TV quarterfinal since 2012. He has won 5 matches here in Minehead, the latest against his fellow 51-year-old Mervyn King. What a battle that was for John, finishing 10-8 winner in the end. The average is very similar between the two of them. A checkout percentage of 43, a couple of 180s in there. And John Part, I'm delighted to say, is alongside me now. John.
I'm delighted to be here. That means I won, right? Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it wasn't looking like it for quite a while there. I was feeling the pressure. Well, actually, the first 2 legs, my lowest score was 93, and I never saw a shot for double. And I was hoping to turn the corner and start getting 2 trebles a turn. I turned the corner the other way, and I just got frustrated, and Mervyn was scoring pretty well. Fortunately for me, he never really got on top of his doubles.
Yeah, that was the problem throughout, wasn't it? But
yeah.
he looked as though he was getting hotter and hotter on stage, and he was really sweating out there.
Yeah.
You looked pretty cool, though. What was it like temperature-wise?
I felt pretty hot the first 5 legs.
Did you?
You feel it more when things go, and yeah. But, you know, that's not good enough. You have to hit 2 treble turns in this day and age, and it was a long while coming. I finally started getting some here and there, maybe a 180 here and there, but it was big out shots at the right times, and usually they were like steals. They weren't. I didn't even deserve the legs, but you have to take them because someone will do it to you.
Absolutely, and you've got through, and you've come up here, and you've admitted you're absolutely exhausted on that. How much of it is mental, the fact that you've had to win 5 matches here in a couple of days, and you'll be coming back tomorrow? How much of it is everything that surrounded it, the getting here in the first place, changing your flights, the walking to and from the venue and sort of knee-deep in snow?
Well, I found in the past, in all my experience, the physical and the mental energy are pretty close together. And but I'd say it's more the physical side. I think I'm just a little drained, and I'm really glad now that I've won that we were the first game, and I've got a longer night to recover, if you will, and to just rest and do whatever I have to do to try and come out and play well tomorrow. I know I can. I think scoring-wise, that might have been my poorest effort. I've really been finding the treble 20 quite well. The 19s were saving me. Don't get me wrong. I was happy I had something up there that sort of liked me. But the fatigue, I think it was, the stamina, it's letting me down. It's showing. It's showing that I'm not doing this on a regular basis. But that doesn't mean I can't get through, maybe. I'm fortunate there. Mervyn didn't put away a few things, but you know, I've gone through a career of taking stuff like that if I can, and I will.
Yeah, absolutely. It's incredible. Are you going to hang around now for the rest of the night to watch the draw? Are you going to go back, watch it on the telly?
I'm going to be back watching on the telly and watch the draw. And I'll definitely do all that, but it'll be with the legs, feet up, and a comfort position.
Yeah. Do you know what, John? You're not bad at this talking on the telly business. You should think about making a career of it.
Yeah, I enjoy that so much too, and you know, it's fun when I get to come over here and talk a little bit, and it's for the right reasons because I'm winning. But you know, hey, always feel free to have a word.
It's a little bit greedy to be able to actually do it out there and talk about it on the telly at the same time. But
yeah, I don't want to show anyone up. You know, it looks bad, maybe some guys. I've been sort of out of the main picture, but I have to assure people over the last 5 years, I've dealt with a lot of physical issues, and I'm feeling better now than I have for about 5-6 years. It's insane. And I can get a pretty good standard a lot of the time. So it's not like as foolish as it might seem that a commentator is playing darts and winning.
It's not foolish at all. It's fantastic. We're so pleased for you. We really, really are. Well done, John. Congratulations. Into the quarterfinals of the UK Open. We will see you tomorrow. Go and get some rest now.
I certainly will.
Put your feet up and watch the draw a little bit later on. Take care. Thank you so much. Now let's hear now from another couple of quarter-finalists, because Ned Boulting is having a chat with them right now.
Yeah, indeed. Well, we'll come to that interview in just a second. But Jackie, that was such a good match there between Mervyn and John, and I have to say there's a monitor just over here at our position, and it drew a little bit of attention. As absorbing as the action has been behind me, there are a fair few people interested in the outcome of that one as well. We've had some really good matches. We've got a couple of really good matches here underway. Parity at the moment between Steve West and Michael Smith, and Corey Cadby's got his nose in front of Chris Dobey at the moment, 7-4. See how that progresses. But a couple of winners already, and with respect to these two competitors, the lesser lights have put out the bigger names. Dave Pallett getting the better of Kim Huybrechts, 10-7 in the end, and Stack Attack Robert Owen beating Ian White by the same scoreline. And I had a word with both of these players now into their first ever televised quarter-final. Well, we've got two quarter-finalists. Well done, David Pallett and Robert Owen. I mean, both by the same scoreline. Just start with you, David. You're at it again, aren't you? That was a really good victory.
It was a nervy game. Me and Kim always seem to have decent games. He was just saying then he doesn't seem to play his best darts against me, but I told him to carry on and I'll keep taking my chances. So no, I enjoyed the game. It was a bit nervy, but win's a win. Take it, move on. Yeah,
he pushed you hard towards the end. It almost felt like he was going to get right back into it, but you sealed the deal in the end.
Yeah, he took out a great couple of finishes towards the end and left me hanging on a couple of doubles, but no, I managed to squeak over the line in the end, and last 16 is it now? So yeah,
well, you're a quarter-finalist now.
Well, last 8, so yeah, go again, don't we?
Yeah, you do indeed, and same applies to you, Robert. This is well, for both of you, it's the first televised quarter-final. So big day in your career.
It's massive for me. I've had a tour card for 4 years. Haven't done very well. Went back to Q School this year. Got my tour card. Qualified for the UK Open. First time I've ever won a game in the UK Open qualifiers. And now to find myself in the last 8 is. It's amazing. It means the world to me, and maybe it's the next big step in my career where I want to be going.
Yeah, much as David has just beaten a very, very good player in Kim Huybrechts, I mean, Ian White is a substantial scalp for you.
Oh, it's massive for me. Ian, he's a great player, always has been, always will be, and for me to beat him it's just massive. It's massive for me, just in every aspect of the game of darts. And Ian maybe probably didn't bring his best game there, but at the end of the day, we have the final double to win, and I'll take it all day long.
Accommodation sorted for Saturday night?
Oh, yes.
Yeah?
Yep.
Always had it booked, did you?
Yes.
I'll ask you the same question, David. Where are you going to sleep tonight? All that sorted?
Well, I'm hoping the management have got it sorted, but yeah, I'm sure they have, definitely.
And on you go, both of you into the Sunday. Well done to the pair of you. Well done.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Yeah, excellent to see that. Two very good players playing out of their skin and going into unprecedented territory in their darting careers. Just to bring you up to date on what's happening behind me, the last 2 matches here in the engine room of the UK Open are well underway now, over the halfway point. And that's Michael Smith under a little bit of pressure. He's just levelled things up. He's gone 6-all now against Steve West. That could go the distance. And, well, Corey Cadby up against Chris Dobey, perhaps a little bit more... bit small breathing space. Corey Cadby at the moment 8-4 up against Chris Dobey. That's how things stand down here, Jackie.